What up? It's Dramos, and this is the recap. Very exciting show as usual, man. I'm actually genuinely excited about this one. I always say that, but I genuinely really excited about this one. We've got somebody that I'm very, very interested to have a conversation with. He's a viral sensation, Nathan Apodaca, aka Dogface208. You've seen his video of him skateboarding all over the internet. So I'm curious to kind of see who this guy is and what his deal is and how his life has changed. So since this whole thing has happened. So he'll be my guest today, helping me break down this week's top headlines. Of course, our girl B. Marie, she was back this week doing our daily IG live on LATV mornings, breaking down all of the daily headlines, the biggest stories each day, Monday through Thursday with you. And of course, as I do every single week, I'll take some of the stories and we'll dive into them a little bit more. Now, before Dogface hops on here with me, I want to cover another big story that came out this week. And I guess we're going to kind of do more of a like social media technology type of show. I think it just fits with the theme. And it's a good way to get away from just all the political BS that we've had to harp on for so long and all of the kind of really depressing things. So we're going to kind of take a break from that today and talk about some lighter things, I guess. One of the bigger things that came out this week that people were super excited about was Apple announcing the release of the iPhone 12. So people get really hyped about this kind of stuff. So Apple made some improvements to the new phone that has people excited. So they are boasting an improved camera. They are claiming to have the fastest chip ever in a smartphone. And this phone is 5G, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the first of its kind. Now, the iPhone 12, it does come with a bit of a hefty price, starting at $700, and its most expensive model going up to $1,200. But this kind of helps us kind of lead into diving into a bigger question that we've been seeing. And it is, are we becoming too obsessed with technology and social media and the internet and all that comes along with it? Like, are we as humans becoming too obsessed with these things? And there's been all kinds of conversations happening for a while now, but specifically, recently, the documentary The Social Dilemma has been super popular on Netflix. So that kind of really dives into the negative aspects of social media and technology. Obviously, my guest today, Dogface, is an example of the positive effects of it, and somebody who really utilized it to change their life for the better, which I absolutely love to see. So I'll have him tell that side of the story. And before we do that, I want to kind of dive into some of the pressing conversations that have been happening in regards to social media technology and maybe our overusage of it, as a lot of people are saying. So I was checking out stats, and it's actually super interesting. A stat that I read said the average American spends 5.4 hours on their phone daily. So almost 5.5 hours every single day. We're using our phone, we're glued to our phone. And it's interesting to kind of start seeing the effects of it all. I mean, the reality is these things are designed to make us addicted to them. There's no easy, clean way to say it. It's the truth. I mean, that documentary, The Social Dilemma, pointed out a lot of different things. I mean, even to the point that the people who create those apps in Silicon Valley and that technology are saying that they don't even allow their own kids to use it because they know the effects of it. They're designed to keep us on them and to keep us using them for long periods of time. The algorithms on social media are curated specifically for you, for each person, to try and keep you on that app for a specific period of time. The phones that we use, are getting all these different bells and whistles that are keeping us attached to them and making us, very reliant on these things in our daily lives. And listen, I'm not like one of these dudes who's like, F social media, F technology, give me a flip phone. Cause I love my social media. It's the reason why I'm speaking to you right now is because of social media and what I have done with it. The reason I have a girlfriend is because I would slide into DMs like a madman. And obviously I don't do that anymore, just for the record, but that's, a part of my life is utilizing social media, and taking advantage of it for good. To get my message out there, to produce my content, and to create opportunities for myself. So I absolutely love it, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't aware of the negative repercussions of it. How many times have you been out to dinner with friends or been out with friends and you find yourself just mindlessly scrolling through like Instagram on your phone? And even though you're out with a group of friends, a group of people whose company you enjoy, you're probably doing something fun. You just have this innate, want and need to go and do that. And that's an addiction, no different than somebody who needs to run out and chain smoke some cigarettes or, whatever other addictions are out there. You find yourself just mindlessly gravitating towards pulling your phone out and messing around with it for no reason whatsoever. I mean, look around when you're eating dinner, when you're out, how many people are on their phones? I mean, at concerts, when we were able to have them pre-COVID, how many people have their phone out filming? And how many people in the club are out there filming all these different things? It's making us not very present in the lives that we're living. It's making us obsessed with this idea of documenting every single thing that we do because of the rush that comes along with a like, a comment, a DM, all that stuff is like giving us these dopamine fixes, and it's designed to do so. So if we're not careful, if we're not present to the fact that that's what's happening, we could be kind of, causing some damage to ourselves and also not allowing ourselves to enjoy life. I mean, even if you just think about how short our attention spans are becoming as a culture, a lot of that is because of the way that social media and technology is presented to us. Everything is, presented to us in these very small, compact forms. And we're now getting used to that. We're used to shorter content, and it's making us, making it harder for us to sit through things and to, pay attention to things for a long period of time. And that's something that we need to be mindful of. Our behaviors are being changed because of this technology. And it almost starts to beg the question, how much of this are we in control of, and how much of the technology is actually in control of us? Because a lot of our worlds are centering around social media. I mean, how many people went on vacation and they're looking for that perfect vacation picture to post to Instagram, and they're spending half the day trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just really enjoying being on vacation. These are all silly things I'm talking about, but it also shows you just how our mind begins to work, and how we're really allowing so many distractions to come into our lives, and again, I love social media. I love technology. I'm sitting here because of social media and technology, but I also try to be, very aware of the moments that I'm just utilizing it for BS, or I've really carefully curated even my own Instagram page, of not following things that either make me feel, not as confident in myself as I'd like to be, the things that make me feel self-conscious, or, as somebody in a relationship, I'm very aware of my content, and also not wanting to follow, random pages on Instagram that show half naked girls or, profiles of women who post that kind of stuff, because it starts giving you this false sense of like grass is greener on the other side, or following people that like are claiming to have these perfect lives and make you feel so badly about your life and your situation that you're in right now. And it's just, I say these things just to try to make us aware. And I think that it's important to have these conversations because these are all new things that we're dealing with. There is no textbook for this technology. There is no textbook for the amount of access that these applications have to our lives. So as we're seeing where it's progressing, it's important that we now start taking note and taking notice of these things and start drawing a line of, how much of it we want to allow to control us, or just be very mindful of the way that we are utilizing these apps. Now that we got the negative aspect out of the way, I'm excited to bring on somebody who has really utilized this for the better. And it's a super inspiring story that just shows you what you could do with this technology if you're using it for good, and you're using it to try to achieve something great, and you're mindful of your usage of these apps. So of course, he'll be helping break down some of this week's biggest stories, and we'll also dive into his own personal story. So my guest today is a viral sensation. You've seen him skateboarding while listening to Fleetwood Mac, chugging some cranberry juice. It's been shared millions and millions of times throughout the entire internet and social media. It's been on every big show. Everybody's been talking about it. Nathan Apodaca, aka Dogface 208. What's good, my bro?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What a crazy time for you right now. I can only imagine, man.
Yeah, it's insane. You know what I mean?
I know you're probably doing a million and one of these things, so I appreciate you hopping on, man. But I want to kind of talk about your story a little bit because obviously social media is always like this hot button topic, right? And there's always people who are, saying it's ruining all our lives and all these different things. You have that documentary, The Social Dilemma on Netflix, and then iPhone releasing the new Apple iPhone 12. They're announcing that this week. So people just obsess over tech. I talk about people can be lining up for days for that thing. But you're a case of social media and technology changing somebody's life for the better. So, I mean, talk to me just a little bit about this journey, man, and the process leading up to this video of how you even got on doing these videos. And I know you were doing a bunch of videos even leading up to this one that went viral. So kind of take me through it.
It's just been awesome. You know what I mean? Like I said, I started this in 2018, late December.
Yeah.
Didn't really start doing anything until my daughter showed me the app, and before it was Musical.ly, and then she lives with her mom and everything. So like I said, she comes during the holidays. When she came back during the holiday before that, it changed to TikTok. And then I started seeing more people my age on it, started seeing more people doing my genre of music and everything. So then I started doing more videos with her and everything. She got tired of me doing videos with her, wanted me to go ahead and just basically start my own. I told her I'm not going to do that, and get my own. So if you want me to do it, you're going to have to start my own. So she started me up started me up on the app, got me an account and everything. And then basically I just started doing videos on and off, not crazy stuff, just little lip sync videos, trying to get to know the app. Then she left, came back. That's when the Get Up started going around. Harvey Bass started a trend, a dance trend. I jumped on that one, did it. She filmed it, and then that got 1.2 million views in 2 days, I think it was.
Crazy.
So that was my first viral video.
Yeah.
I was about ready to quit and everything, and just say, I'm done with it. I already went viral. I did whatever I could, and then my oldest daughter was like, no, you got followers now. Cause I had like 20,000 from that video. So and it just kept climbing. So she's like, you got followers now. So you should just do something with it. You know what I mean? Just keep doing whatever. And I was like, well, what should I do? I really don't know what to do. She's like, well, just dance and do what you do. Just be stupid, just basically be you. So I was doing skits and just dancing and everything, building up my, soldiers is what I call them, building up my fan base and everything. Yeah. Got 36,000, started slanging merch and everything. And my merch, I have the pot leaf and everything. So I don't think TikTok like that. So they ended up banning me from that account. After banning me from that account, I started my new one January 5th of 2020. And I think it was about 2 or 3 months is when everybody started realizing it was me again, forwarding my videos to everybody, building it up again, got it up to 720, I think it was 720,000. Wow. I couldn't break that spike over that. Yeah. And finally I did this video, like I said, going home from work or going to work. My battery shut off on me. I pull over, getting ready, I was just sitting there looking around. I didn't want to wait for nobody to give me no cable. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to, grab my board, grab my juice and just go. So I started going, looking through my library, trying to figure out a song to choose. Dreams was one of my top ones. So luckily it was on top. So I started going, like I said, I seen the video in my head before I did it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's do it. If not, I'll just stop halfway, come back up, do it again. I started catching speed after the video was over. So you don't see that. So I just kept going with the flow. Yeah. Got to the end of the hill and I was like, I'm not going back up there to redo this. So went to punch in and everything. And then, like I said, I was going to pull the video, not even post it. But then I said, I'll just post it, see what happens in an hour. Within an hour, it got 100,000 views. Within 7 hours is when it got 1 million views. And ever since then, it's just been crazy.
Man, I mean, so it sounds like you went into this, though, with the intention of like, I think I might be able to at least build something that could maybe bring some income on the side, at least a little bit, right? It seems like that.
No, when I started this app, the whole TikTok, everything, I was just doing it just to do it, just to pass time, basically.
So you were genuinely having fun with it.
Yeah. And then after I got the first viral video, the Harvey Bass Get Up dance video, whatever.
Gotcha.
That's when I was realizing, okay, well, maybe I might just keep dancing, doing whatever, just see how much I can build, all my soldiers, whatever. After it started getting higher and higher, that's when I had like 100,000 fans or soldiers. That's when I was like, okay, maybe even if I get 10 shirts or 100 shirts, I have 100,000 people. I'm pretty sure 100 will buy a shirt. Yeah. So then that's when I decided, okay, maybe I can make a little money off of this. And then, TikTok was like, no, you can't.
Is it weird though? Because so you start something for fun And I mean, listen, bro, I've been a music head for all my life. It's weird for me to now work in radio and doing things like this and for it to now be my job when I was doing this shit for free before. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's almost like this weird gray line where you're like, man, like this was something that I love doing and now I'm getting paid to do it. So there's a little bit of an added pressure to it to a degree. Do you kind of feel like this little bit of a weird pressure doing something now that you love doing and now people are expecting you to do it?
No, you know what I mean? Like I said, I just do videos just to do them.
Yeah.
I do it for my soldiers and everybody, you know what I mean? To, like Gary Vee says, just put your eye out there because they are there to watch you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm doing it for me at the same time to make me happy still, you know? So whatever I'm doing and putting out there, if I like it, it's staying, you know, and just because the views ain't going up, it's going to stay there regardless, you know, because I do the app for my happiness. And, you know, if you can get a smile off it, that's cool. Yeah. If not, I'll do another video later on. Maybe you'll catch on to that one. You know what I mean?
I think that's what like resonated with people was just because it was a good vibe. You know what I mean? Like you can feel the just good energy coming from you. That's awesome. I love to hear that. So, and what's funny to me, the big misconception about you is that you're from Los Angeles, right? That's what a lot of people assume. I mean, obviously the Lakers won the finals this last week. And you didn't help your cause because you were doing a video wearing a Lakers jersey. So I think it just added on to it, but you're actually from Idaho, right?
Yeah. Born and raised Idaho. I'm half native, you know, native Mexican, full blood half breed. You know what I mean?
It's interesting to see. Is there like, cause I mean, I'm ignorant to this because I've grown up in major cities, you know what I mean? So I don't think that, you know, that exists in the middle of the country, you know, like Cholo culture. Is that a thing where you grew up or are you kind of like an outlier in that town?
No, you know what I mean? There's Cholos, they're everywhere, you know what I mean? It's Cholo style. It's the lifestyle of Chicanos, you know what I mean? It's just, it's everything, you know, natives grasp a hold of it as well. You know, it's all around just the culture, you know what I mean?
Now that's beautiful to see because I think, of course, the misconception is always going to be that it's just white people. You know what I mean? And I think I heard you say this in an interview that you grew up. It's more diverse than people would think, right? Like so did you kind of always feel like good, accepted in that area? Or so there's never a point where you kind of feel like I need to get the hell out of here. People have different, I think, experiences sometimes.
No, it's all the same. You know what I mean? I do me. You know, if you don't like it, to hell with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
I mean, bro, so I mean, and you're coming from living like a very simple life. If I'm not mistaken, you work in like a potato warehouse or something like that?
Yeah, born and raised, you know what I mean? My dad always worked. He taught me, you know, working is the way to be, basically. Keep your mind occupied. Don't be lazy, you know, always be out there moving, you know, and you'll stay healthy in a way. And you know what I mean? That's what I've been doing ever since the age of 14. He's been in the same warehouse for 32 years, you know, and I was at the same warehouse with him ever since 2000. So, yeah, I'm going on 20 years myself, you know, so.
That's crazy, man. Well, man, congrats on all this stuff. It's beautiful to see that. But your life is obviously changing. You now have, you know, a whole team that is basically your buffer and people are reaching out constantly to do interviews and talk to you and these kinds of things. Are you enjoying this ride? Do you kind of feel yourself like you might get over it at some point? Or do you kind of feel like this is just a start and you want to keep expanding and upon it and see where else it goes?
Honestly, yeah, like I got some things bouncing around that actually might keep me around in it. You know, I got the Cheech and Chong game coming out.
Nice.
I got a strain of bud coming out in California. You know, I got longboards coming out. So I got some things that might actually help me generate some revenue, you know, to help me keep myself going, you know, financially. And if not, then yeah, you know, I have no problem going back to a warehouse and staying at that machine and, you know, figuring out the rest of those buttons, you know, because like I said, I've been there for so long. Yeah. I was going accustomed to it. I'm a worker. That's what I do. You know, it ain't no thing, you know?
Oh, man, I love that, bro. You have such an amazing attitude. What's been like, would you say maybe the one big thing that's happened in this whole experience that you think is probably one of the better things that has come out of it?
Aside from Mick Fleetwood, you know, talking to him, you know, and getting a truck from Ocean Spray, you know, and the donations from everybody, it's just been a blessing, you know what I mean? Because of that, I've been able to talk to a realtor, you know, here in Idaho, been able to throw something down on a down payment on a house. We're just trying to fix my credit, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, so hopefully things are going good to where I'll be able to get into a place, you know, and like I said, with the longboards and everything, if that works out, I'll be able to still have income to be coming in besides the warehouse, you know, so who knows,
Let's talk, music a little bit. Obviously, you're a big music guy. There was a big rumor this last week of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B possibly having this big collaboration. People are losing their minds over it. I'm curious for you, what's one collaboration, like two artists getting together, that you might actually like lose your shit over?
I'm not sure, but I just now caught wind of the Burner and DMX I just got out. Nice. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Yeah. I was tripping out on that when I seen that. That's playing on YouTube and everything, constantly now. Yeah, as far as new people, just anything that could surprise me, you know what I mean? I guess, it's all out there. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, because I've been doing interviews and all that. So yeah, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if it happened. Is there anybody, like, even let's just go in the fantasy world, dead or alive, like in your, your best of playlist that you have, if you could mix and mash like two artists together, what would it be?
Probably some Ray Charles and it's probably some Ray Charles and some DMX, I'm guessing, you know what I mean? Yeah. DMX is my boy, I just grew up listening to him and I just love his music. It's just, that'd be insane, something like that.
That's a wild collab. Where does this like musical taste come from for you though? Because you probably put so many people on Fleetwood Mac where they were just like, yo, like this kind of knocks a little bit. You know what I mean? So for you,
they never even heard it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I get this from my mom, my aunties and uncles. You know what I mean? Growing up, just everything from the past. Listening to good music, fishing and whatnot. Just memories. And then growing up. They didn't die, I listened to them growing up all the way throughout high school and whatever. And along with the music of my era, then being into now, they got some new good stuff, N7 and P-Wop. I don't know if you're familiar with them. That, just stuff that bangs, like I said, I like them as far as cashed out, reggae.
Yeah.
It's all the way to, like I said, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Al Green, it's just, I like music, you know what I mean? That's all I can say. Josh Turner, country, I listen to country too sometimes. Being from Idaho, you know what I mean? So, so yeah.
That's part of it. That's dope. I love also like a lot of times people who grew up on like a certain era, especially you're talking about DMX, a lot of people would consider that the golden era of hip hop. That I love that you're still open-minded about new music as well, because it's easy as you get older to kind of be like, all right, these young kids don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's interesting that you have embraced it that much as well.
Yeah. I always told myself that I'm old when I can't listen to the radio station and I can't listen to what song is on, And then, that happened a long time ago. But like I said, nowadays, there's just stuff out there that just bangs, and it just catches your attention no matter what. Like I said, it's music, it attracts the soul.
That's amazing, man. So, do you have a piece of advice, man, before I let you get out of here? I'm curious. I love how you watch like the Gary Vee content and put that to good use. I think that's something that's practical for anybody, the consistency of putting out content and, somebody's going to want to see it and eventually hopefully the right person sees it and they keep sharing and more shares happen, obviously. Either a piece of content that's from you or a piece of advice that you've heard that you want to put out there for people as well. Anybody that's striving to just make something happen or get out of their situation and make a better life for themselves.
Basically, the thing that keeps ringing in my head is that everybody knows what makes them smile. You know what I mean? And it doesn't take too much time to just take that 10 to 15 seconds, maybe even a minute, just to go out and do whatever it is that makes you smile. You know what I mean? Regardless of what people say, think, if they're watching, as long as you take that 15 seconds or whatever it is to put that smile on your face, you can bring that out into the world. You know what I mean? And regardless, as soon as you realize, okay, I can not think about or not care about what they're saying and whatever, as soon as you get that out of your mind, slowly but surely, it will pass, you can shine like no other. You know what I mean?
I love that, man. Yeah, I think that positivity and that just, belief in yourself it's intoxicating and people can feel that and it makes them gravitate to you. And obviously that's what's happened with you with this whole journey, man. So as we're getting out of here, what else can people expect? I know you got like your the Dogface Halloween costume I just saw popping up, man. What do you got going on for the people? I know you mentioned earlier the stuff you're working on in the future, but right now, if they want to support, they want to check out what you're working on, what can they see?
Everybody just go, like he said, I got Dogface merch right now. Go in my bio and in my IG, go in my bio and my TikTok. And just, like I said, I got different new merch. So you can check it out, see what you got, see what you like. And we'll be bringing more stuff to come. I got these pendants coming out pretty soon. These are going to sell quick as far as I know. So everybody just keep looking at the merch. And yeah. Oh, yeah. And then the Cheech and Chong game. This Friday, I'll be coming out. So download it. Mm-hmm. Get your things. I'll be coming out as a special character.
Amazing, man. Well, listen, brother, congrats again on everything. Thanks so much for hopping on here, man. It's been incredible to see your story this far, man. I'm excited to see what you make of it, bro.
I appreciate you taking the time, dude.
Of course, man. Take care, okay?
Yeah, peace.
Man, love that combo. Just a nice little change of pace, you know, something positive, uplifting. We need that right now. There's so much negativity. It's been good to kind of mix it up on today's show. So again, big salute to my guest this week, Nathan Apodaca, aka Dogface 208. Just a solid dude. I love where his head is at with everything. So make sure you go out there and support what he's doing, man. It's exciting to kind of see somebody's life changing right before our very eyes. And normally I would start closing out the show by saluting a hero in the Latino community. Obviously, this last week ended Hispanic Heritage Month, so I wanted to make sure that I did that every week. And moving forward, I want to still keep that positivity going, keep that uplifting going. So I want to end the show on a positive note, you know, putting some positive vibes out there via some inspirational words that you can take with you into the rest of your week and hopefully your life. So starting things off, man, my first time ending the show on a level of positivity here as far as a quote goes. It comes to us from Guadalupe Pita Betancourt, and I apologize if I butchered your name. Your quote is absolutely amazing. Your name is just incredibly hard to say. But her quote is, and it's interesting how fitting it is to today's show in the conversation that we had with Nathan, aka Dogface, and just his approach and his mindset as all this is happening for him, and even prior to it happening, the way he went into producing his content, what inspired him to do so. So the quote is, "Success is to be in peace and harmony with yourself, enjoying the moment." Now I'll say that again. Success is to be in peace and harmony with yourself, enjoying the moment. And I just love those words. And I love this interpretation of the idea of success, because I think too often we're fed by social media, maybe media in general, people around us, this idea that success is really, you know, money, the things that you have, and your status in this world. And the reality is we see far too many cases of people who have all of those things and are wildly unhappy and find no real joy in their lives and are not at peace and not feeling fulfilled. And I think you look at somebody like Nathan and what he was saying about just doing things that put a smile on your face and allowing that to lead you. That's the way to look at it. You know, that's real success. If you can wake up every day doing the things that put a smile on your face, you found success. And to be honest, there is no fast track way to becoming quote unquote successful. But you look at his case, he just allowed his passion and the things that made him happy to lead him. And it's led him down this path of this incredible journey that changed his life and allowed him to create some incredible opportunities, and hopefully will continue to do so. So I just want to leave, you know, you guys with those thoughts right there. Allow love and the things that bring you joy and happiness and the things that bring you peace. Allow those things to lead you. And I promise you, you'll start finding, you know, doors opening for yourself, and you'll start finding that fulfillment that you're searching for. Myself is a perfect example of this whole thing. I've struggled for years just trying to make a career in the music industry, the entertainment industry in general. And I always just allowed the things that felt good and felt right, which was music and entertainment, to lead me down this path. And I just believed something would happen if I was enjoying myself every day, if I was around people that I enjoyed being around and creating content that hopefully uplifted people. Hopefully something would pan out. And that's exactly what's happening. And, you know, we see 1,000,001 of those types of cases. Whereas if you're a happy person, trust me, you're going to be a magnet to all the incredible things that life has to offer. And with that said, thank y'all so much for tuning into this week's show. Make sure you check out our girl Beam Marie doing LATV mornings every single Monday through Thursday on our Instagram Live, breaking down the daily headlines. And of course, I'll be back next week breaking down some of that week's biggest stories with a new special guest. So until then, y'all take care. Bye.